Welcome. I'm Nora Shabazi, the founder of EBLI, Evidence-Based Literacy Instruction, which is a system of streamlined, explicit, comprehensive, effective, efficient teacher training and student instruction for children of all ages and ability levels, whole class, small group, intervention, with the goal of getting everyone to reach their highest literacy potential. This week's blog is about streamlining your instruction, and we actually have two webinars that are going to go along with this blog about doing more of this and less of that to really help you kind of Marie Kondo your literacy instruction. I had a teacher just yesterday who told me that's really what EBLI is you kind of like Marie Kondo. You get rid of all the extra stuff that you don't need and just teach your kids just what they need. So that's what I'm talking about in this blog with some different examples. And one I want to use about how can we Marie Kondo our literacy instruction is with sound walls. That's something that has become a really big buzzword. It's really a fad and popular and, in good stuff, that especially in comparison to word walls, much more effective and efficient. But when you Marie Kondo your literacy instruction, your reading, writing, and spelling instruction, you want to think about asking yourself the question, why am I doing what I'm doing? It's a great question. So why am I doing what I'm doing? And you really want the answer to be to accelerate your students' literacy gains, right? Or to accelerate their progress with reading, writing, or spelling. So when we look at the sound walls that are the new thing, there's lots of pictures of kids' mouths and how they hold their mouths for saying specific sounds, which is a great idea to talk with your kids about. But what I'm seeing is that teachers are taking up really like a third of their classroom wall space for that. They're talking about all kinds of instructional time that they can use to teach these sound walls. Again, much improved over word walls that are going from visual and don't really work at all well for accelerating kids' literacy progress. So looking at those sound walls, we want to ask ourselves, how much is this going to help all of my kids reach their highest literacy potential? Now, we do work at our reading center, especially once in a while when we're coaching in schools, with kids who have significant speech issues, oral motor problems. We'll use a mirror and talk about how when you say ah, your mouth makes the same shape as that letter, like an ah, and we show them in the mirror, and we have the kids actually do it in the mirror, which is good. But that's probably, I would say, with less than 1% of the kids that we've ever worked with. And at our reading center, we usually work with the vast majority are very struggling readers, so pretty heavy duty intervention. So is that the very best use of teachers' time to use those instruction in that sound stuff with the whole class? Personally, I think ideally it would be better if you do it with some small group with those kids who actually need it. So what could we do differently? Also a great question to always ask yourself. What we do with EBLI and what we've done traditionally is we put up a sound wall in a different way, in that it's the different ways to spell the sounds that we have sorted. Even starting in kindergarten, even preschool, we start with this. So the kids actually can refer to it, and it can be a working document. So if you don't, a teacher yesterday also said, I used to laminate my sound wall and put all this stuff up there, but I found it better if I just wrote it on a, one of those big Post-it notes or on a piece of construction paper, and then the kids could add to it and put their initials. So to give you an example of what that looks like, this is an example of a sound wall. So you've got the different ways to spell the sound at the top. Some of the words, we put the kids' initials when they come up with different words. And it's very simple. You put it up on your wall. The next time you do a sort, you put the next one up there. Now, this is something that your kids can refer to both when they're reading and when they're spelling. So this is an example of how can we streamline our instruction, our use of time and energy, and also how much we are going to enhance our students' learning. So we want to think about that with everything, which is what this blog is about. And we also want to have you hopefully join us for our part 1 and part 2 of do more of this and do less of that, so we can give you some more instruction and examples of how to do that in various ways with all aspects of literacy. So thank you so much for listening and for being part of our mission to teach the world to read.